Nitsch had a difficult childhood. He lost his dad when he was 3. He lost his mom when he was 11. And his brothers kind of raised him. He was raised in South Chicago. And they probably slapped him upside the head more than not. And Ray came to Green Bay. He was a rough person, a rough character. He was vulgar. He was crude. He was loud. He was drunk half the time. He and I got in a little discussion one night where I grabbed him by the throat and put him up against the wall and asked him if he really wanted to get involved with me. And he declined the invitation, and I was very happy that he did. But he said, "No, man, I don't want to fight you. You're my teammate." I said, "Well, straighten up. Quit cussing and quit doing all this and quit drinking and quit being a drunk." And I gave him a bunch of to-dos. And not too long after that, Ray found a lady that loved him. And he found a team that loved him. And he found a town and a state that loved him. And Raymond became one of the sweetest, nicest, most polite, thoughtful, caring, loving, generous person you have ever known. He just went, boom. There's a kid named John Gorman that I still chat with every once in a while that called me when he's a big Packer fan and he's a Ray Nitschke fan. And he called me because he was afraid to call Ray. And I said, "Well, call him. He's all right. He'll listen to you. Just give him a call." So he called Ray, and Ray goes, "Hello." And he hangs up. So he called me back a couple days later and told me that Ray said hello, but he got scared. And I said, "Call him again and listen to him." He called him again. Ray invited him up to Green Bay, got him tickets for a game, slept him at the house, ended up going down into Illinois to be the kid's best man at his wedding, became like a godfather to the kid. And so many things like that. Raymond was very soft and very gentle and very sweet on the inside, but he had that exterior from necessity, to try to protect himself as a young child, but he became just an absolute sweetheart. A combination, he was a great athlete. I played golf against him. Jan Stenerud and I have played, he and Willie Wood one day at Oneida Golf and Country Club in Green Bay. An excellent golf course, a long golf course. Ray shot 67. 67, yeah, like 5 under. And it cost me big money, but I'm cheering for him. At the end, I'm hoping he makes another putt or he does this. But he was a wonderful basketball player. He could, if you wouldn't believe the difference between he and some of the other guys. Maybe some of our quarterbacks who weren't really as agile or as coordinated as you would expect. And then there's Ray, and he's got all the moves, and he's hooking from mid-court, and he's shooting this long shot, throwing the ball, hitting you in the head with the ball because you didn't see it coming. He could throw a ball, he could pass a ball right at 90 yards. He and Willie Wood used to get in contests. They'd get down on the goal line. Normally they had the wind with them. They wouldn't throw against it. But Wood could throw the ball 75, 80 yards, and Nitsch could throw it farther than that. So Ray had the speed, had the brain, had the temperament, had the will, had pretty much everything he needed to be a great football player.